Welcome to medieval Scotland, where diplomacy is thin, armor is heavy, and someone looked at a tiny wooden bridge and said, "Yes, let's march an army over that." Today, the Battle of Stirling Bridge, a masterclass in patience, terrain, and catastrophic traffic management. By the 1290s, Scotland is in a political headache. The throne is contested, power is fragile, and England's King Edward I sees opportunity with both hands. One succession crisis later, Scotland is no longer just a neighbor, it is a target. After young Queen Margaret dies, Edward is asked to arbitrate who rules Scotland. He backs John Balliol, expecting a cooperative king. What he gets instead is resistance, French alliances, and the medieval equivalent of "this meeting could have been an email." Edward invades in 1296, sacks Berwick, defeats Balliol, and effectively plants an under-new management sign over Scotland. Occupation follows, garrison towns, heavy pressure. And as history repeatedly proves, occupation rarely improves local customer satisfaction. Rebellion flares in pockets. Not one neat uprising, many sparks, many grievances, many people deciding they are done being told what to do by someone south of the border with very expensive chainmail. William Wallace emerges as one of the most visible rebel leaders, raiding garrisons and rallying support. He is not yet the full legend, but the name is spreading fast, and English officials are suddenly sleeping lighter. In the north, Andrew Murray raises his own resistance. Crucially, this is not a one-man story. Murray and Wallace combine pressure from different regions into one serious military problem for England. Two leaders, one objective, zero interest in surrender terms. They converge near Stirling on 11 September 1297. English command includes John de Warenne, Earl of Surrey, and Hugh de Cressingham. Scottish command is Wallace and Murray. One river, one narrow bridge, and one giant tactical trap waiting to happen. Stirling matters because this crossing links routes north and south. Control the bridge, control movement. And this specific crossing is cramped and dangerous for mass deployment, perfect if you want your enemy arriving in small, very panic-friendly batches. The English army is experienced, knights, infantry, archers, and confidence levels somewhere between high and wildly optimistic. On paper, they are stronger. On this terrain, not so much. The Scots do something radical. They wait. No glorious premature charge, no dramatic chest beating, just timing, discipline, and letting geography do half the work. This is less chaotic brawl, more carefully scheduled disaster. Imagine the nerves. Your enemy looks bigger, richer, and heavily armored, but you have better ground, a narrower fight, and commanders with a plan that depends on one thing: waiting until the moment is exactly right. Morning comes. English troops begin crossing the bridge in waves. Not all at once because they cannot. That bridge is a funnel, and funnels are great for pouring soup, terrible for maneuvering armies. The Scots wait until a significant portion has crossed, enough to isolate and crush, not enough to reinforce effectively. Then they strike. This is the heartbeat of the battle. Timing beats size. The Scots surge forward with spears and momentum. Suddenly, the English vanguard is not an army. It is a crowded target with river at its back and chaos in front. Every second multiplies confusion. Heavy cavalry hates boggy ground. When horses lose speed and formation breaks, armor becomes less invincible and more expensive ballast. The Scots exploit every stumble. Men are trapped at the bridgehead, cut down, or forced into the river. Many drown in full kit. This is not just brutal, it's geometrically cruel. Too many bodies, too little space, nowhere clean to retreat. Hugh de Cressingham is killed in the fighting. Later accounts include grisly stories about what was done with his body, part record, part political insult, part legend. Either way, the message is unmistakable. This defeat is personal and humiliating. Surrey retreats fast. Once the crossing collapses as a viable route, the larger English force cannot rescue the trapped vanguard effectively. What looked like a superior army is now a retreating one with a very bad day behind it. Victory comes with painful cost. Andrew Murray is badly wounded and dies soon after. So, while the battle becomes famous under Wallace's name, Murray's role is central and his loss is huge. After Stirling Bridge, Wallace is knighted and becomes Guardian of Scotland. For a moment, English occupation is pushed back dramatically. This is the high watermark of the 1297 Rising and proof that strategy can flip a political map overnight. In the immediate aftermath, Scotland gains breathing room, momentum shifts, morale surges, and Europe notices that England just got outmaneuvered at a river crossing by rebels it expected to crush quickly. Soon after, communications are sent to major trading cities in the Baltic world, signaling that Scotland can re-enter normal commerce. That is military success turning into political and economic messaging, medieval statecraft in real time. Exact troop numbers and casualty figures are debated. Chronicles disagree, and later writers loved dramatic inflation. What is not debated is the core result. The English force that crossed first was isolated and destroyed. If this battle were a coaching seminar, the 4 lessons would be simple. Pick the ground, control the tempo, hit divided forces, and do not fight fair when fair gets you flattened. Stirling Bridge is a tactical clinic with mud, steel, and fewer PowerPoints. Popular culture loves a solo hero narrative. History is messier and better. This was coalition leadership, logistics, terrain, timing, and a lot of anonymous infantry doing terrifying work at close range. No magic, just hard choices made well. Stirling Bridge endures because it's more than a battle story. It's resistance under pressure, smart leadership, and the idea that smaller does not mean doomed. Also, never underestimate what a narrow bridge can do to an overconfident invasion plan. Stand in the Stirling landscape today, and the logic is still visible. The crossing mattered then, and the wider area remained central to later conflicts. Geography keeps receipts. So what won at Stirling Bridge? Not raw numbers, not shiny armor, not loud speeches. It was patience, planning, and hitting the exact weak point at the exact moment. Medieval warfare, yes, but with strangely modern lessons. If you enjoyed this, subscribe for more battles where the map changed in an afternoon, usually because someone ignored the obvious warning signs and crossed the wrong bridge.